Stop buying games you won't play. Now that you feel personally attacked, welcome. Buying games just because they are on sale is like buying a new iPhone every year. They just see the label that is brilliant and they feel like they are gonna missing out, but reality is that sales, especially on Steam, happens every time, happens a lot, frequent, and every week even, if you're lucky and your game is right there on the sales. If not, usually there are bigger sales that your game will be likely to be on sale. I'm gonna divide this video in two categories: the people that already have games to play and they don't know yet, and people that actually don't have anything to play. For the first category of people, well, chances are that you have a huge library of games and you don't know what game to play to choose from. If that's you, what you gotta do is filter your games enough that you only have a handful. A handful, I would say, is 20 at max. If it's less, better, but 20 at max is good. You will see these videos on how to destroy your backlog and play and finish every single game that you have on hold. I'm not that intense. I don't think that playing games should be like a second job that you need to finish every single game you ever bought. But what I should tell you is that if you have a lot of games that you haven't even touched, maybe you should prioritize those other than others. But let's say you already have games that you already finished. Okay, you can choose from there and you can filter depending on how many players you want to play them with, or if alone. You can filter them by genre, you can filter them by if they are already installed or not even. You can filter them by how long it will take you to complete. Sometimes I will say it's better to try games that it won't take you so long to complete and you will feel more rewarded than actually playing a game that will have like hundreds of hours to complete, because chances say that that game probably has a lot of chores and content that you don't really care. If you couldn't find a handful of games to play just because you have a lot of games and you don't even know what genre or anything, how to filter them and how to choose from, I would say just rely on luck and just pick any game of your list by name, pick 15 and save them for the method that I'm gonna explain you now. What you're gonna do is go to this website called Wheel of Names and list your handful of games selected and put it there. Then you spin the wheel, and then when you spin the wheel, it's gonna land in one game. What you're gonna do with that game is delete it. Now it can happen two things. The first one is that your reaction is something like this. Well, if that's your reaction, congratulations, you already knew what you wanted to play. It was that simple. You just needed an external force to force you on, tell you that, hey, you don't want to play this game, and you're like, no, I actually want to. Well, go play that game. If that's not your case, then just keep spinning the wheel till there is one game left. What is likely gonna happen, you won't really enjoy that game much, but at least you have one game less to choose from, and that's normal. And at least you didn't waste your time scrolling on TikTok or YouTube. You already played something, and play something even if it's bad, it's okay, because at least you can share your experience with other people, and share your experiences with other people is always nice. It doesn't matter if it's a good one or a bad one, it's fun. Just playing something, it's more fun than doing anything. Now, with all I just said, what happens if you actually want to buy a new game? Should you feel ashamed of yourself because there is a game that you are excited and you already have hundreds of games that you haven't even touched? No, it's normal. If there is a new game that you are actually excited to play now, go play that one instead. Buy it, but play it. Play it like now. Buy it, install it, and play it. What people tend to do is like they buy a game just because it released and they already are playing like 5 or 6 games that are really liking a lot, but they just buy it because of the FOMO or because they think that, oh no, this game is not gonna be in sale for so long and I'm not gonna grab it. No, just buy games you are actually excited to play. You can try to buy games that are on sale because they pick up your interest. That's normal, that's good, especially when you don't have anything to play. But if you already have games, don't go buy a game just because it's on sale or because it's new. Chances are that you are buying the worst version of the game you are gonna play. So now that I point you all this disclaimer, how can I help you if you actually don't have anything to play? You need to filter also your games in different categories, depending on the genre you want to play, how many people, how many hours to complete, etc, etc, etc. You need to filter those games that pick up your interest and just select them. When you have a handful of games selected, you're gonna do the same wheel technique, but instead of deleting that game, you're just gonna pick that one and you're gonna consider your economy of course and buy it. If you are not sure if you wanted to buy it or not, then you shouldn't have picked it in the first place. That's how it works. Like, just pick the game it landed this time instead of deleting it. Even if you do that, maybe you are not convinced about picking up a handful of games that you might want to buy. I would say just try one and see how it works for you. I'm not gonna tell you to waste money on a game that you don't like. I would say that just being picky sometimes about a game you're gonna spend on, it will likely put you in this loop of not buying anything and not playing anything, and you're gonna feel frustrated because you haven't bought anything or you haven't played anything. At the same time, to help you in this situation, I'm gonna recommend you games that I find that are hidden gems and underrated. Even though I played a lot of variety games through my life and I played at least one game for every genre, I'm just gonna recommend you games that I played in the recent years and I find them very underrated. First, if you want a fast-paced shooter cyberpunk style, you should play Deadlink. If you want a shooter which is more colorful and magic and not so sci-fi, you should play Gunfire Reborn instead. If you want a platformer 3D, you should play Lil Gator. If you want something that will take you more than 3 hours to complete, you should buy SpongeBob Cosmic Shake. If you want an open world game, I cannot recommend this game enough, go buy Sleeping Dogs if you haven't already. If you want something more colorful and shorter to complete, Tiny Terry Turbo Trip. If you want a platformer that doesn't revolve around running around a city, you should buy Tiny Kim. If you want a cozy chill game to play with friends, you should buy Luma Island. If you want something more fast-paced with RPG elements similar to Terraria, you should buy Core Keeper instead. If you just want a story-driven game with different outcomes and roguelike elements, you should buy Road 96. If you want a turn-based RPG with resource management, you should buy Keep Driving. If you want the same that I just described, but in a dungeon and with anime, you should buy Atrian Odyssey. It doesn't matter which one you buy, I think you're not gonna be wrong with any of them, to be honest. If you want a point and click to play like the old ones with the stories revolving around gossiping and resource management, you should buy Do Not Feed the Monkeys. If you just want a fighting game to play with a friend, you should buy Rivals of Aether, the first one. The first one has a lot of mods, I recommend it way more than the second one, it's funnier, at least for me. I know I'm missing out a lot of underrated games and a lot of underrated genres that I even have played, but this video is not really an entire video about game recommendations, it's just I pointed out games that came out in the top of my head that you could choose from to do any of the techniques that I teach you already in this video. I hope this video was useful for you, and if it was, leave a like and let me know in the comment section below what games are you excited about to try, what games you are excited about to play and haven't come out yet, or if you even try any of the games that I point out in this video.